what's good? So today we are going to have a conversation with Yves Ortegon Rodgers. He and I connected through TikTok. I had uploaded some videos on how to get that Venezuelan tourist visa. Not only did he get his tourist visa, he has gone to Venezuela. So today we are going to talk with him and just kind of understand how it went, what his experience was like. Let's just get started. So first off, how you doing, man?
Brian, man, what's going on, man? Thanks for the time. I'm so excited to be here. Love the content. Yeah, man, we're gonna have a great time and talk all about it. But first, let me shout you out, if I may. I gotta tell you, love the content, love the channel. As a matter of fact, I found you because I'm deeply aligned with the nomad capitalists and that whole crew of, like, wealth builders and people who want options to travel and live abroad that's been best in their favor. And so when I saw your content, I was like, this brother got it. He got his investments. He's moving and shaking. We're not at that millionaire billionaire club yet, but we definitely getting there. So I gotta say shout out to you, and I really support everything that you do. So I try to comment, like, and reshare what you got. So because what your message is extremely positive for people who are free and happy to live just vibrantly. So let's get after it.
I appreciate that, man. Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and get it rocking then. So when did you go? I know that when you went, but for the audience, when did you go?
So I went from June 19th to the 23rd. It was a turnaround, but it was an incredible experience.
Okay, okay. And so, well, let me ask you this. What made you pull the trigger and actually book that trip? Because a lot of people I've posted about going, and a lot of people in the comments are like, yo, you crazy. You trying to get people murked. You trying to make bad things happen to people. But you did it and you're back. So
Yeah.
what was it that made you feel comfortable doing it? And what made you ultimately pull that trigger?
Well, like you, I am unafraid to go and travel and live large. But there was also the primary motive is to have a lovely lady. We met many years back now in Colombia, and then she recently moved back to Venezuela, to Valencia specifically, to be close to the family because she's got two daughters, and they're absolute angels. So when that happened, it was like it wasn't devastating because I would just fly us to Colombia to meet every other month. So when this happened, let's say the leadership switch happened at the top of January, and that there was opportunity for visas and whatnot, I jumped right on it. So yeah, that's why I pulled the trigger.
Okay. And how did you feel though? Did you have any fear, anxiety where you're like, yo, I'm gonna be good. I'm not worried about this. What would you say to everybody that is afraid, doesn't think it's ready? What's your opinion on that?
I think fear is silly. I think it's nice it's good to be alert, to be a little apprehensive, a little cautious on everything that's new. But especially when you're traveling abroad. But no, Venezuela is a beautiful country. I mean, listen, I'm half Latino myself, so I have a bit of an advantage for sure. And Venezuela, there are some English speakers. That's not uncommon there. That's more common like in Mexico and other countries. But it's a beautiful place. I mean, we're gonna dive into like the specifics of what I mean, but
Mm.
no, I wasn't fearful, and I never felt unsafe. But I don't want to unpack or spoiling the surprises as we go along. But no, it was an unreal and surreal experience.
Okay. But all right, so let's roll it back a little bit. So you got your visa. We talked about the visa.
Yeah.
How was it getting your visa? What was the process? Did you have any hiccups or issues?
Okay. So thank you for that question. I had to process it twice. And actually, again, shout out to you. I had been programming and training all GPTs, all AI, GPT, Gemini, all of them to like scour the web for whenever the visa was going to be available to Americans. I saw your post about visas are now open and you provide the link. And I jumped right on it. Hell, AI couldn't even help me. You helped me. Like you were the inspiration for that. That's straight up the truth. The first time I applied, the idea is that they're going to get back to you within 15 days. They did, but they denied me. The reason why is because they were looking for a couple other documents that I didn't provide. One I did provide, but it wasn't in the format that they wanted. We'll unpack that. And two, there was an item that they requested that they never asked for the first time I applied, right? Because they've been changing and updating the platform. It is a much better way than trying to go to an embassy, which means travel. Now it's like a 15 to 30-day process. The second time, so after the first time, they denied me. I immediately reposted everything or resubmitted everything, plus the documents that they requested, which was bank statements that were in PDF, but it didn't accept the PDF that I did. So I just changed it to a JPEG. And then second was a clearance letter, like a travel letter, like shows I'm not a criminal. You can get those things pretty easy off of your local government website, state website, whatever. Just look under like clearance travel letter from the sheriff's or whatever, right? You can get it for like $5. It's ready in a couple of days. Submitted that, and it took them 30 days the second time to approve it. Once it did, man, my lady had waterworks. She was like, this is real. And yeah, so it was really good, really easy.
Okay. Yeah, that's good, man. And well, how much did they charge you? Did you end up paying for it?
Free 99.
I didn't pay for it either. People ask me how much I paid, and I
Yeah.
never answer it because I don't want to put it out there and then they get a hold of it, the government, the people that approve the visas, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, people not paying." So I was like, "You
I
know
think
what? I'm not."
I think they want I think that they actually want the American tourism because as it is, they're already somewhat anchored to the American dollar. There's a lot of fluctuation in currency. I know you want to talk about that, but I think that for now, at least for a while, they're not going to slap some ridiculous fee on it. For now, it was free for me, so I suspect that'll be the case for a while because we are supporting a lot of their infrastructure, and I think that they really want it to align more with with the way we operate, and they're happy about that. I mean, some people aren't, but I'm seeing some progress because I've been attached to my lady for a while now, seeing what's happened in a few short months, and also over the course of a few years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it could be that they just trying to get those visas out there and just kind of bring people into the country and not make it too difficult.
Look,
So,
let's be clear on that one part. It's only been America because that place has Asians, has Arabs, has Indians. I mean, it is so multicultural there. It actually trips me out. I'm like, yo, that Korean dude got better Spanish than I got. I'm like, yo, I got to get up my game. So for us, we're the new guys to the territory. We're the newcomers to the territory.
it's hold on, and I know you said you're half Latino. What's your background? Do you have any Venezuelan background or?
No, I'm half black, half Mexicano, Americano, so
Okay.
half mixed. Yeah.
All right. Just because some people might say, oh, maybe he's, part Venezuelan or something like that. So do,
No.
do you feel like what level Spanish did you feel like people or should have to actually go? Do you feel like just being able to speak English is a no-go, or do you think that people that are not necessarily fluent in Spanish still will feel comfortable going?
I'll say it like this: if you don't have a strong base in Spanish, you can get by. That's for sure. But the people are so wonderful, and the connection that they can deliver as far as experience and communication and ideas and service, it really helps to have just a high school level. I
Mhm.
mean, I mentioned earlier that throw Spanish vocabulary into AI and let it coach you. Do some good prompts, and before you know it, you'll actually accelerate your learning faster than anything else, and then you'll be actually very surprised. So, I mean, that's a free tutor, a free coach. I mean, go for it. But it's
Mhm.
so worth it. I mean, when you start to think and dream in different languages, I've got Italian in here, English and Spanish, and sometimes it's wild which ones I'm actually thinking in. And when I get back to the States, I shift my brain back into English, which is a little strange, but it's cool, man. It's worth it. No, go do it. Go live more.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I wouldn't say that I'm absolutely fluent, but when I do go, I would say I'm maybe intermediate to advanced. And so when I come back and I got to start speaking English again, it is kind of weird. I know what you're talking about. So let's talk about just the arrival and first
Yeah,
impressions. What happened
yeah,
when you got to the airport? How did they treat you? Let's just,
yeah.
step through it.
Sure. So I went into my flight path was from here, Miami to Panama, and then from Panama into Valencia. Valencia is an industrial hub with some nice, wealthy spots. Right. It's not the the craziness of Caracas. And when I say crazy, you mean the massive congestion. It's a well sprawled out mountainous region. So it was really cool to see. I thought it was a much smaller city, but it was actually pretty nice and sprawling. The airport itself is definitely small. I thought I was landing into a private jet airport because I was like, this is small. This is yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, and then got off the stairs and just like a regular stairs as you would in most Latin American countries. Getting to really more your question, immigration. Um, I this was the only moment where I had any kind of I wouldn't even say fear, just like apprehension. Like, do I have everything that I need? How am I gonna? What are they gonna? What's it gonna be like? Because things have changed there, right? All I would say is that there was two lines: the domestics, right, the nationals, and then the tourists, right. And the tourist line was actually somewhat shorter than the national line. National had like 40 or 50 people. Ours had like 10, which is like perfect.
Yeah.
The only challenge there was that like every 5 steps, a new person would ask you for the same damn documents. Um, that's my American brain being frustrated for no reason. But I was like, my documents haven't changed the last 5 steps, but they're doing their thing. They weren't rude. They weren't abrasive. But I made sure to print all my stuff. We can go through that. Print all my stuff, have it in a folder and have it really easily accessible. They're going to give you a paper either on the flight or as you're walking into the immigration building that you need to fill out. Here's the trap that I fell into that you don't want to get pulled into a room. On the back side of that document, it asks you, it's in small ass print, and that's why I wear glasses. I didn't have them on, but it asks you to declare any items and their value. What it asks you, but it actually is a small print, it asks you what new items. So like if you're bringing things to sell or bringing things to give to like family members or friends, they want to know that, right? I just declared all my shit,
Mm.
like my laptop and this and that. They're like, can you come in here? I need to check your stuff. I was like, all right. I wasn't worried, but I was like, okay, where is this going? And she's like, can I see your things? I'm like, sure, of course. And she explained it to me. Look, on the back here, that's for new things. If this is all your stuff and it doesn't look brand new, it looks like it's just your stuff.
Mhm.
Don't declare it. We're just asking about new things, new package items.
Okay.
So
So who for
overall,
you? They're trying or they didn't really give you too much issues. They just kind of explain what
not
to
at all.
do. Oh,
Not at all. They did like every officer before I got to the counter took a snapshot of my passport, uh, either my passport or my visa. So make sure that's printed, that your visa is printed, that your hotel or Airbnb accommodations are printed. What else? I didn't bring my bank statements. That was uploaded to the cloud. I didn't think that they would need that. Um, there is a recommendation that you have a travel insurance, like health insurance. They didn't ask for that, but I had it on standby anyway, just in case. So then in the event that they asked for it, that I could just pull a trigger, pay for it, and then just show them right there. But they didn't ask for it. What else do they need? I think that was it. Mhm.
yeah. So were they surprised that you were there? Like, were they shocked that an American was showing up at the airport? Because Valencia in particular, that's probably not going to be the first place that people run to. So
Right, right, right.
how was their reaction? If even though they may not have been rude or anything, were they shocked or did they say
Yeah.
anything or was it normal?
No, I think because of my language, there were some um, lighter complected people that were in front of me, and I was watching, observing because they're ahead, and they they weren't respond or reacting to them any differently than anything else. And I think again because I had the advantage of speaking the language, there were a couple of things that were like idioms or they were like expressions that Venezuelans had that I was like, wait, what? And then they just rephrased the question. But no, they were fine. Like
Okay.
it was good.
Mhm. Okay. So immigration.
It wasn't global entry, brother.
Yeah.
But it was still fine. It was still good.
I
But no,
mean,
they didn't react to me in a weird way.
with just 10 people, I mean, it's close to global entry. I mean, I guess they were checking the papers every 5 seconds, but it went pretty quickly.
It's true. Yeah, it less than 15 minutes. What I will say is that when they were scanning my visa, um, they put me back in line because they said they needed to verify it. I'm like, but it's through y'all, whatever. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go sit in line and hush my mouth.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
So you got through, you
Yep.
you fixed that paperwork.
Yep.
Nobody gave you a tough time. What
No.
happens when you walk out the airport? You had a ride or you took taxis? How did you feel when you just walked out and you're like, "Yo, I'm actually in Venezuela. I made it through the airport."
Yeah, no, it was I knew that from that second on, it was on because
Yeah.
Chloe was there and, we had a driver, so, everything was all pretty much set up at that point. But as to answer your question, we did use, an app called Ridery, which is Ridery, right?
Okay.
Spelled Rider with a Y, Ridery,
Yeah.
uh, Ridery, Ridery. And it was real cost effective, like 15-minute trip, 20-minute trip was like $4, you
Okay.
know?
So it's like the Uber.
The Uber or Lyft of, that's right.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if y'all wanna sponsor this, reach out to me, because
Or
because
Rodri.
we mentioned, or Ridery, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Ridery. That's a pretty good service. You had no issues with them.
It is, but like a lot of places in Latin America, you're gonna have smaller cars. I'm a big 6'3" former football, basketball fighter, all that stuff. So, I'm not gonna sit comfortably in any place in any car that isn't a big wide SUV, right? So, but no, it was fine. Sometimes you have no AC, not a big deal. You're gonna drive in 15 minutes to get to where you're going, so but no big deal. But it's cheap.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
have Uber Eats there is called Yummy, or as they say, Yumi. So same kind of thing.
Okay. So what was your experience now that you're in the city?
Mhm.
How were things? Like, was it what you expected? What was there anything that surprised you as you began to experience being in the city?
Yeah. So let's level set it here. I didn't know what to expect. Meaning, sure you see pictures and sure you see like on the ground from Google Maps 1,000 times. But what I will say is I was interestingly surprised, but then I quickly got over it. Here's what that means. When I looked where we were going, we were staying is we stay in nice places. We don't stay in anything less than was the affluent areas, right? For Airbnbs or hotels, which are actually very economical. But when I looked around at the city in the populated areas, it seemed as a war torn city, but they're not at war. It's just it's been so rough that you'd see like big tall buildings that were like abandoned, and in some ways my lady and I were joking that where we were staying felt that whole area felt like zombie land because it seemed um deserted, but every now and then you'll see some people in those little buildings and whatnot. But then down the street, it's nice and bustling. But as soon as you get over that, the charm of the people, the food, the service, the activities, the nature, it's very green and gorgeous. The mountains, oh my God, to see the mountains every morning, the sunrise, and have the clouds come over at sunrise and sunset. Nah, man, it's unreal. Just let me know when you want to get to the beaches because that's a whole other conversation.
Oh, okay, hold up. So Valencia, is that by the beaches or did you travel to some beaches?
Traveled to there from Valencia. Mhm.
And how long was that trip from Valencia? And how did you
Hour and a half, almost 2 hours.
okay, did you use was it Ridery?
No, we didn't use Ridery. We use a service, a shuttle service, and a private driver through a tours company called Volcano. No,
Mm.
no, Vulcano. And shout out to Marisa. She was amazing and incredible, and set up an incredible day for us. And she knew exactly what I was looking for. But that drive was very pleasant. We stopped at one of the ports to pick up some, drinks and some food. Had some quick um, empanadas and Yeah, it was an incredible experience just the drive alone. But when we got there, we take a little boat, a little hopper, over to one of the Gallos, which is like a little island, to Gallo Sombrero. And when I tell you, brother, that little boat ride alone was so incredibly gorgeous. And then getting to the island, I have never seen bluer waters. I mean, when I say tropical and out of this world, I really mean that. I was initially in my mind thinking, I'm looking for like I want to take the girls and my lady to a a hotel day pass experience on the beach. That don't exist. So I was like, damn, because I'm used to that. I enjoy that. I want to give them that kind of elevated experience. Not that they haven't had it before, but I want us to be together and have that. I was so wrong. This place beats the hell out of that.
Mm,
I mean, the beaches they're private, but they're still modernized enough to have a small restaurant that cranks out some amazing food, and they set up some chairs and some tables and some covering, but those waters are out of this world. I,
mm.
I'm speechless.
Wow, that's nice, man. So you got the private service, you got on Roddery. So as you're paying for all these things, how are you doing it? Let's talk a little bit about how you pay for everything while you were there on the ground. So like Roddery, was that with your credit card or was everything cash?
Yep.
How did everything
Yep.
work out?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I try to do as much as I can digitally, and I have the leg ups because my lady and I have been going through, what those motions look like for a while now. That most places, whether it's grocery stores or it's restaurants, they'll definitely take credit card for sure, um,
Okay.
and they'll even take Apple Pay. What most people weren't aware of, that they don't train people to let them know that that tap feature, that's Apple Pay as well.
Mhm.
So but that plus Zelle, when you can pay Zelle at a restaurant. Um, but the only thing I took $1,000 in cash for the specific purpose of the beach, right? Everything else I was confident on, um, that Zelle and everything else. I could have paid Zelle for the tours that set up the chairs and tables and the umbrellas, but I was like, let me just wait and pay cash. So he had no problems with me paying cash the day of and just set me up. Same thing with the driver. I knew he would appreciate cash.
Mhm.
So I took with me 300 in hundreds, 220s, 101s, I think 205s, and like 120, something like that. So 110s. Just because here, the reason I'm saying this is because when you go, if you get change back, you're not getting back dollars. Oh, they'll take your dollars. They'll take that USD, but they're not going to get back no USD. That's too precious for them. Because they'll give you back, their bolivares, which unfortunately are not of value. So that's why I took that kind of cash, but then broken down into denominations. So if I had to pay someone $22, I have 22 versus giving them 25, and I'm slowly leaking, one, two, five, $10 as the days go by. So everything else though, credit card, Zelle,
Wow.
restaurant,
Okay.
restaurant's amazing. It has some incredible sushi. So I want to juxtapose my first comment about looking war torn with the areas that we stay and the restaurants, the people. There's some restaurants there and quite few restaurants that will blow the water out of Miami. And I'm not even kidding because Miami, I love it here. I'm never leaving. Meaning, yeah, it's an incredible place. I'm still going to keep a residence here, but the food here, the food scene is not where it's at. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a huge foodie. I cook all the time, but there, the style, decor, and design, as well as execution of the food, similar to Medellin, my friend,
Mhm.
very much like that. You know,
Oh, I
you
know.
know.
I don't know if I'll just say it. There was a post I put up about a restaurant in Bogota. It's called Osaka, Bogota.
Yeah,
That place is delicious. I've been there like 3, 4 times. I love that place. They have an Osaka in Miami. And I was like, you know
or
what? I love that restaurant so much when I was in Bogota.
yeah,
The restaurant, I was like, yo, I'm gonna just go check it out in Miami. I went and ate there in Miami. That place was nowhere near as good as the one in Bogota. Nowhere near as good, but I spent 3 times as much. So
in
yeah,
Miami.
Yeah.
For mediocre execution, mediocre service for sure. When next time you're back in Bogota, you have to go to La Taqueria. Unbelievable. We eat very well there. Have drinks there for like $65 plus. That includes tip. But then the other one, Zetai. That place is an incredible fusion of Thai and whatnot. Very elegant, very sophisticated. Also great prices. Back to Venezuela.
Yeah. Let's get back on it. So talk about some of these big issues, bro. So like safety.
Yeah.
What is your take on safety? Having been there, gone through immigration, going to the beach, ridery, going to all the places that you went. What would you give it as a rating, like 1 to 10 in terms of safety? Did you ever feel unsafe?
1 to 10, 1 being safest and 10 being unsafe. I was definitely at a 1. There wasn't one time
Hold on,
I felt
one?
unsafe. A 1. As
Oh,
in
you mean
safe.
like, oh, say, okay, I was about to say.
Yeah. One
Ten is what I said. Oh, yeah, okay. So this is good. So you
Nah.
okay.
Because again, we stay in the places. Now, mind you, the Airbnb we stayed at was nice 2 bedroom, overlooking the mountains. It was like $101. Fully furnished, beautiful, modern design. They got some really good stuff on there, but it was super worth it. Wi-Fi, whole nine. But the things to be alert about, off of the safety for a second, although could be considered safety. Just make sure when you go or when you ask questions about Airbnbs, ask them about planta eléctrica 100%. What that means? That means that there's a power plant, inversor, that's attached to the unit, which means anytime that the lights go out or that the electricity gets cut because there are rolling blackouts at times in Venezuela, that they have a planta eléctrica in the unit so that when that happens, the lights instantly turn back on. But also to make sure to ask, is the Wi-Fi router connected to that? Is the refrigerator and the air connected to that? Or am I just getting lights to turn back on? Because Venezuela can be a little warm because it is by the equator. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
those are pro tips right there. Pro tips.
Yeah.
When we're done, I'll send you a list of the areas in Caracas that are just as nice and where people should go if they want to have a wonderful time, an upscale, safe environment that are open and welcome to Americanos.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this now. Did you bring back any bolivars?
No, I mean, no.
Because I know you said they were giving you all bolivars to change. I was just wondering, maybe you could flash one.
No. What I was saying was that I prepared for that in advance by taking a bunch of denominations so I wouldn't get it back. Right. So I wouldn't, so they asked me for 25 and I only had, or they asked me for 20, 22 and I had only 25. They would give me back Bolivares. I made sure to have enough so I wouldn't get it back. But I'll bring you some back next time.
Yeah, man. You got to bring the bolivars, man.
Yeah, man, definitely.
What's your one piece of advice for people who are on the fence that are thinking about going to Venezuela but aren't sure yet? What would you say to them to help them feel more comfortable? And or do you think people who feel like that just shouldn't go? Would their own anxiety put them at risk?
Yeah, I think that if you have apprehensions, that's fine. You probably shouldn't travel to anything outside of your own local city, because let's be fair. The planet is huge, and we are more alike than we are than we are unalike. Was that the word? But these people in this city, in this country, they are extremely resilient and they are very connected and a very beautiful people, and they love to show you that they are loving and very giving. So I think I'll close this comment on. I often tell my friends that if I'm lucky, I have 40 summers left.
Mhm.
So I don't plan on wasting them, because for some of those summers, I ain't gonna be making money. I probably ain't gonna be as active, and I certainly won't be traveling as much. But between now and then, it's time to get after it. Time to live it up and experience it where you can. Venezuela is a place that you can very economically move and live and love and have a great time. Just be mindful of the grocery store because it's costly. Other than that, most everything else is good.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned it. I want to ask you about the prices in general, because I know you
Yeah.
mentioned that the hotel was like 100. To me, that sounded like more than I would have expected to have to pay in Venezuela. So,
Two
how'd you
bedroom,
feel about the prices?
two bedroom, fully furnished Airbnb that's really modern, and I'll send you pictures so you can see it. It's a luxurious, situation. So
Mhm.
I mean, so if you imagine you take that down to one room, but one room with full kitchen, full dining, full living, you know, but two bathrooms, that will be $50 a room, right? Plus everything else. So it's very cost effective. That's just how we were moving. But yeah, everything else was normal to America's standards on cost, if not a little bit cheaper. Like the tourist service and the shuttle was very economical when you consider we took 10 people to the beach
Oh,
for
wow. Nice.
yeah, for $180.
Good.
That was the chauffeur that took us and waited there for us and then took us back. I
Mhm.
mean, that's when you do the head count, that's super cheap, man. $80, $18 a person.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. The only thing that's expensive is groceries.
Okay. And
Yeah,
so,
I
could you
cook a
give
lot.
examples of the prices you were paying for groceries? Like
Yeah,
how,
so
like the milk, cheese.
yeah, just stuff like that. I don't have anything that it's a lot of like products like detergent products and like so like I noticed things like Pampers were like really expensive, and I'm just like, man, how can y'all do that? That's so wrong. That they take advantage of people, even the locals, right? It's just, but things are changing, things are getting better. Um, my heart goes out to all of Venezuela today, from the awful earthquakes that happened there, two of them, 7.1 and a 7.5 on the Richter scale. Luckily, the people that I know that I love dearly are safe, but I know that the country is suffering at the moment. So
Yeah.
my love goes to them.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Um, Good thing is I think, the US is aligned to send some support, so
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
yeah.
But yeah, that might, if anything, is that going to affect you going back? Do you plan to go back soon, or is it?
I got my
Is that,
shirt, baby. I'm ready to go. Can you see it?
yeah, I saw the flag. Oh, I didn't see all that. No, okay, I didn't see.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, I got my Venezuela. I'm official. I'm a fiat issue,
Wow,
man.
okay. Yeah. Nice. Is
Absolutely.
that that's baseball team, or is that's like the national
Man,
baseball?
yeah, they're big in baseball. I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't know if it's their national team, but it was given to me, so I'm very grateful for that for sure.
Okay, I went to a baseball game between the Dominican Republic and Venezuela,
Yeah,
and it looked just like that on your shirt. There's the signage. So I thought it was,
it might be,
yeah.
might be.
Yeah, so look, I don't got pro, so we got like 1 minute left. So is there anything that you want to share? Like you think that, ultimately people really should know based on your experience? I know we spoke about a lot. Is there anything else that you feel like you want to share?
I think we covered it.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I think we covered a lot. Like I was looking at the list, I was like, no, I think I asked it already. So no, that's good.
yeah, yeah. How can we get a trip going? How can we get a crew to go out there? Because I'm showing you,
Good luck.
fly.